Hi, this is Nikki. Just thought I'd show you this little junk journal made out of an envelope that a lady in Canada contacted me to make for her. She liked the ones I make when I go on my holiday, and she wanted a similar one because she's coming to England for her holiday this year. She's going to London and then she's going to visit Cornwall, and that's sort of like a holiday area of the country. It's got beautiful coastlines and beautiful countryside, beaches. It's just beautiful down there. So this is out of an envelope, and I've covered it with some old map. This is of Surrey, which is close to the edge of London. And on the front, I've made a closure, as you can see, with this vintage eyelet. On the front here is a Union Jack, which is what she wanted on the front cover, and I've put a picture here of Tower Bridge with the London skyline in the background. This was of an image in a magazine, and what I've done is I've cut along it. It's the sort of London skyline, and I've cut round it, so there's the Shard and the different office blocks. There's St Paul's Cathedral, which I thought looked really nice. This is what she wanted on the front of the cover, vacation journal, and then on the back I've sort of collaged this napkin, which was sent to me from Laurie, just a girl from the Bay, which I really liked. That again got scenes around London, St Paul's, the London Eye, Buckingham Palace. Here is the Household Cavalry, the BT Tower flag, and then this is some vintage advertising for Coleman's mustard and some soap, and this is a small version of a vintage postcard, which I think looks rather cute on the back there. I've Mod Podged over it because obviously if she's travelling it's going to go in and out of her bag a few times, get moved around, so just to give it some, as we said before, give it some protection when it's going in and out of bags and things. Inside, this is a map of the whole of the country, and this is Ireland, Scotland, and then coming down to the rest of England. The inside here, I've used one of these. This is a la-di-da journaling spot, and it's like for travel, so the days, how many cities you visited, how many kilometres, how many tickets you used, how many bags you had, how many happy travellers. And this is from one of the Paper Mania, the travel set, that's got this is the Bon Voyage ticket, so you circle which you are, passengers, destinations, dates and things, and then behind it I've made it as a little pocket, and then behind it I've put a card here for travel notes. I write things down that maybe happened at the airport or getting on the plane, those type of things. Here we have, this is the front cover of as you can see, a souvenir of the world's capital, London, and this is a picture of Heathrow. I don't know which airport you'd fly into from Canada, to be honest, but it says London, and this is from a English heritage leaflet that says "Step into England's story." Inside then, this is a map of part of London, and it's got Trafalgar Square on it, and Soho, different parts of London, obviously the Thames running through the city there, and I don't know exactly where she's going to be stopping in London, but I just thought that was of interest. And then it's got lots of places for writing and sticking postcards or tickets, leaflets, the usual things that I have in my travel journals. I've decorated it with some used stamps, different from different eras, with our Queen on. And here I've just decorated it again with some copies of vintage adverts and things. This is from a map of the country, and this is how the country is divided up if you were buying maps of different areas, and I've just included that because obviously it's London's this part, and then she's going to go down here to Cornwall, which is like the very end of our country, and so just so she can see that. But obviously if she doesn't like it, stick something over the top of it, don't you? On the back of that, it's just plain. I've made a pocket here out of some Paper Mania paper. This is from the Portobello Road range. And obviously it's got lots of words about London and images and things, so I thought that was quite nice. And I've made that into a pocket, and I've just included a couple of postcards in there, but obviously she can take them out, put what she wants in. On the back here I've made a space for just a note, so you know, if she wants to say where she got the leaflets or got the postcards from. This is from a things to do today list. So I put that in on the back of it. There's the rest of that leaflet there about English heritage. And it's got various pictures from around the country. I don't think there's any of them particularly London-y, but, you know, still about the country, isn't it? Made a little pocket here, put some vintage tickets on it, and then just tucked a little tag in there. And on the back of there, obviously it's plain, she wants what she wants. Here I've made a pocket, and this is another one of those vintage adverts of King, is it Edward the 7th, possibly? And here I bought these recently, and I thought they'd be perfect for her journal. So on the back of a vintage playing card, they're little post-it notes, but they're sort of got a, you know, a crown on them, make them look sort of royal, and a sort of a Union Jack image on it. So I've tucked them in there, and obviously she can use them wherever she wants throughout the book. And then on this pocket, this side, I've used a Monopoly card that's Trafalgar Square, and I've just backed it with some paper, and she can use that as a little journaling spot in there, and that sticks out, which I rather liked. And then on this side, I've made a pocket, used some washi tape here that's very British, with the Big Ben on and the Union Jack. And here I've made a tag which I really liked, at this image from I got off the internet, and it's a telephone box, and I've just backed that on some card, and that just tucks in there as a little journaling spot. If she doesn't like it, she can move it. Obviously, it's not stuck in stone. This is a copy of a vintage postcard, looking from St James's Park across the lake to Buckingham Palace, and you can see the end of the mall there. And then there's some pages here from a travel journal, and this has got a quote here from Somerset Maugham, about a good traveller has the gift of surprise. So it was nice. Some ledger paper. These were some cards I got that were sent out to sort of dignitaries from the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and this is their emblem, and I've just washi taped that in a little bit, and it's beautiful thick card, and I just thought how nice that would be. She can write on that, she can leave it as it is, entirely up to her. Another pocket page then, I put God Save Our Queen, and here's a copy of a vintage postcard from the 50s. You know, look how young they look there. So I took that in there. And then on the next page is a picture of the royal family at Madame Tussauds. Tag this side, and I've just used some scraps of paper and sort of collaged a little bit with a little gold crown on there. More coffee dyed paper. I think all the paper's coffee dyed in this one. This is just a plain card which I've attached with a bird paper clip, and it's just a set of playing cards, but it says Love London, and obviously she can stick that down where she'd like. Some ledger paper. This is a bingo card, and I've backed it with some paper from the Paper Mania range, Portobello Road, and I've just put a little picture on a journaling card there of Charlie Chaplin's face, because obviously he was born in London. I think it was London he was born in. Just edge this paper, make it look a bit pretty. This is a postcard of the Keep Calm and Carry On, and behind it I've made it a pocket. Behind it I've got a piece of the craft ledger paper, and here I've used a an advert as a journaling spot as well, so they both pop behind there. And then here they've got some more pictures. It's a picture of the Queen, that's her painted portrait, and this side I've just put some flowers from the Royal Horticultural Society. Obviously she can use the postcard if she wants to send them back to her family and friends. Just a little bit of glitter tape there, just to jazz that up a little bit. There's the other side of the bingo card, and I've just put a little journaling spot in there that she can pull out. More ledger paper. What else have I got? This is another pocket page. I've made a little pocket here. This was a business card with different images from around the country. That's actually Jeanette's Causeway in Ireland, but I don't think she's going on that quite that far. And I've just backed that again with some paper. And here I was quite impressed with myself here, thinking something different. I made this into a tag, and it was a vintage advert of tea. Look out from the turn of the century, I think it is, and it says the tea that doctors recommend. I don't believe that at all, but anyway, there you go. So I've made a big tag with that, and that just tucks in there. So I thought it was a bit different. There's the back of that card from the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and I've used a card here that just says home from home, and I've put a few little journaling spots in. This one says lovely space, just an index card, and I put some washi tape on it. More ledger paper, more from that travel journal. This is just some, that's K&Co paper actually. And as I said, sort of Cornwall is more of a seasidey place. So I picked this little image here of a child making a sand castle. Some more stamps here again from different eras, and put a couple of journaling spots and a tag in there. This was from a different travel journal, and it says time to reflect. And on the back it says today's news. And this was from a vintage book, and this is in Cornwall. This is like the very end of our country, that little tip bit, and this is called Land's End, and that's that sort of the furthest point into the Atlantic that the country goes into. And there's one of the scenes over the countryside in Cornwall, and this book was from the 40s sort of thing. I've made a little tuck spot here and just put afternoon tea, and then here it says hello new day. That's just I think that's a Project Life card, to be honest. Just a bit of washi tape, and then on the back of this is a postcard from Land's End, so you can see the coloured version of the edge of the country. Just that map page there, and I've just put a little journaling bit there. This was again from the Portobello Road range, and I've made a big journaling card there to tuck in there, or tuck whatever she likes in. Just a tag here. This is a Tilda one with a nice teacup. I made an envelope out of the paper which I've attached to the book, and there's just some vintage adverts, and inside I've used this postcard. I love this postcard. It said, I will make you shorter by the head, and that's a quote from Elizabeth I. Here's the other part of the map, and then in here I've popped just a couple of postcards for her from scenes around London. So I'm going to put that in the post to her. Hope she likes it. Please feel free to leave any comments or ask any questions. Thank you.